Roller Boogie. Everything about this movie is so much fun. From the fashions, the skating, the acting, the actors that portray the kids. These kids are all in their late 20s, early 30s, portraying teenagers. But when you look at the cast of characters, it is just a lot of fun. Roller Boogie, released in 1979, as Love is on Wheels. In order to compete in the Boogie contest and stop a powerful mobster from seizing control of the property where their favorite skating rink is located, teenage lovers Bobby and Terry team up with other roller skaters to stop the mob. You got actresses Beverly Garland from My Three Sons. You have Roger Perry. You have Linda Blair. And you just have a lot of wonderful shots of life in 1979 at the end of the disco craze that began in 1976 with ABBA and the Bee Gees, in 77 Saturday Night Fever and Chips and Wonder Woman, and all these TV shows had disco episodes. This is the epitome of disco. Roller Boogie was directed by Mark L. Lester and stars Linda Blair, Jim Bray, and Beverly Garland and Roger Perry. In some ways, Roller Boogie is a welcome surprise. Roller Boogie is about a group of kids whose lives revolve around roller skating and who hang around the Venice, California boardwalk. In case you write this off as fiction, I visited the Venice boardwalk and it really is exactly as it is portrayed here. The adolescent musical prodigy Terry Barkley, played by Linda Blair, is accepted to Juilliard, and it's kind of bitchy. Roller Boogie has it all. When you look at the fashions, the technology back then where everyone carried radios, and before the Walkmans came out, you had radios, you had your boom boxes and so forth, and you would have fun at the roller rink. I remember going to the roller rink as a kid, 1977, 78, 79. And this movie is exactly the way it was. This is how people had fun on their spare time to get off work. You roller skated. You waited for the weekends and you roller skated. This movie has everything. It's got bad acting by everybody, bad dialogue, but it's just so fun. It's cheesy, it's so bad, but it's so good. When you listen to it, when you watch the film, you look at the close-ups and the lines that they give each other, and it's like, oh my god, this is so bad, but it's so good, because this is how 1979 was for the disco era. Bobby James, a working class kid from a rough neighborhood. In his one and only movie appearance, Bobby James is Jim Bray, the real-life championship roller skater. A wisecracking teenager, he works at a skate shop run by former skating champion Jammer Delaney, played by the brilliant Sean McClory, and practices on the boardwalk for the Olympics. Yeah, great performances though by Linda Blair, and then by Jim, the roller skater. By great meaning, they're believable, but it's just their acting is just so bad, but it makes the movie that much better. It's just so much fun when you look at the close-ups of their smiles, of their anger and hostility towards each other when they're fighting and so forth. The infighting between the parents and Linda Blair, and the jealousy among Linda Blair's boyfriend and the new kid on the block, the roller skating champion, and on so many levels. Then you had a nice cameo from the actor from Lost in Space, and he's in there. And then Sean McClory, another brilliant actor. Look at him, he's just all there. But this movie is so much fun on every single level, just because it's so bad. And bad in a very good way. Out of 5 stars, this is easily 5 out of 5 as far as being a very cheesy, fun, all-around good time movie. Nothing spectacular, but it makes you smile when you look at how life really was like in 1979. It captures it brilliantly. Just like people love time capsules when you look at Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which was released in 1982. That was the essence of the early 80s from the fashions, the lingo, the classrooms, the mall. That was how life was like in 1981-82. Just like when you watch Roller Boogie, it was released in 1979. That's how life really was in 1979. Less the cheesy acting and so forth. Linda Blair pays Bobby for skating lessons and now hopes to win a roller boogie competition with him, even though Bobby's pals warn him this lady is beyond his level, and her friends doubt her choice to go low bro. For the majority of the film, the characters in this tedious romance enjoy one another's company, criticize each other, and then flee to merely start the cycle all over again. Issues emerge when her parents learn about her beach vacations, and Jammer, the proprietor of the neighborhood roller disco where the skaters congregate, finds himself under attack from mobsters headed by Thatcher, played brilliantly by Mark Goddard from Lost in Space fame, who wants to buy him out and convert the rink into a shopping mall. The story concludes in a predictable way. Who teams together to oppose the rapacious real estate developers? Guess who wins the roller boogie contest? Whoa. Everything works out in this clumsy, antiquated teen film, which has managed to become a cult favorite despite its questionable taste. This movie is cheesy, it is so bad, it is so good. The acting is so bad, the dialogue is cheesy and terrible, it is so good. This movie is riveting, I love it. The public mostly disregarded it when it first came out because they thought it was too gaudy and ostentatious. It's very dated, but it's beautifully, beautifully captured. But this movie is so much fun. These are late 20s and their early 30s playing teenagers. Not believable, but you have to embrace it for like an hour and a half. It's just so much fun. And performances are believable only because they make it fun. I highly recommend this movie if you just want to basically reminisce how life was like in 1979. The directing was great. The acting was great. And by saying that, it's so bad, it makes it great. If that makes any sense, you have to watch this movie to appreciate how bad it is, which makes it so good. I could watch this movie over and over again because the music, though, is really, really good. Watching this culturally devoid film again would be preferable to even roller skating every day for a year. This is Linda Blair's film, which is attempting to capitalize on the roller dance trend, has a sweet and innocent vibe. Overall, it's a good time capsule that captures the essence of the late 70s and early 80s trend, even though it is goofy at times and won't win an Academy Award. Mind you, this movie came out in 1979. This was pretty much the end of disco. Everybody loved disco back then. And then you got tired of it. But everybody loved disco back then. But when you pop this movie in, it brings a smile. But Roller Boogie takes you back to the innocent era of 1979. When you look at this film and the clothes and the fashion and everything about it, it is such simple times. And the acting is really bad. It's so good and funny. The makeup, the wardrobe, everything is so cheesy. It's so good. This is a time capsule of the late 70s disco craze. Roller Boogie. Check out Roller Boogie. Out of 5 stars for cheesiness, corniness, stupidity, having a great time, this is a 5 out of 5. Now, on a real level, this would probably be like a 3 out of 5. But if you want to have fun and laugh and goof on it and reminisce on the good times of 1979 roller disco phase, Roller Boogie will not disappoint. This is 5 out of 5 stars. This movie is so good on so many levels, and I highly recommend it. So check out Roller Boogie. You won't be disappointed. I'm Tony. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.